Hey everybody, so in this video what we're going to do is we're going to learn to format our documents using Microsoft Office. I'm using 2013 as my version of Word, but 2007 and 2010 look very similar. So the first thing we need to concern ourselves with is our font. So go up here. This is the normal font that you're going to see as your default when you use the default settings in Microsoft Office. So I'll scroll in so you can see what they look like. This is incorrect. What we want instead is this. So I'm going to point out a few differences. Number one is the width of the characters. If you look at where the T for what ends in Times New Roman, you'll see that Times New Roman is a generally speaking wider spaced font. Additionally, there's another difference. Let me scroll in all the way so you can see. So we will use the I and is for our example. If you look at the I and is for Times New Roman, you will see this little foot down here. This is called a serif. This is what makes Times New Roman a font that is easy to read on a printed medium. The serif creates an ending point for our I to stop on, so the text appears more defined. If you look at the I in Calibri, there is no serif. That means that Calibri is a sans serif font, whereas Times New Roman is a serif font. You don't want this. This is the default font for Microsoft Office. It's a problem, don't use it. Set your default instead to Times New Roman. So I'll show you how to do that. Zoom back out. Alright, good. So what you're going to do is you can hit Control D or Command D, and you'll see that it has your body. That's completely meaningless. We don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in Times New Roman. You can scroll down. I have so many fonts that it would take me half the video just to do it, so I'm not going to. So you want Times New Roman, regular, size 12, automatic, none of the stuff linked in. So you're going to hit Set as Default. It'll bring up a dialog box. You can choose this document or all documents based on the normal template. Click that one, hit OK. Now your default font is set to Times New Roman size 12. If you're using the school computers, this isn't really your option, unfortunately, but it'll be something we can deal with later. Alright, so now that we have that taken care of, let's get a document set up. So we need to put our header in. So I'll type in my name, my professor's name, the class. If you have a class that has a section number where it's important, like English 101 or 102, you're going to want to put your section number after it. So if I was doing that for this class, it would be 003. But because I don't need that, because it's the only class he's teaching at that number, I don't have to worry about it. Then I'm going to put the date in. So today is 6 September 2013. Alright. So how it would actually look would be this. So then we need to worry about our title. So our titles are always centered. They're never bolded. They're never underlined or anything like that. So I'm going to just make a title for a document. It'll be Topic Proposal for Final Project. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Now we need to worry about our spacing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hit Control A or Command A. Go to this and go and put 2.0 spacing. Now this is how it should look. However, if you're using the default space settings for Microsoft Office after like 2003, this is what it's going to look like. Part of the default settings is an extra 10-point space that actually makes your document too short if you remove it. So what you want to do to get rid of that is you're going to go up to this line spacing button, click it, and click line spacing options. There are 3 sections. There's general, indentation, and spacing. We're not worrying about these two. What we're interested in is spacing. So you see before and after. This 10 is what we need to concern ourselves with. So what we'll do is we'll hit 0. We'll make it so it's 0. Hit Set as Default. All documents based on a normal template. Hit OK. Then we actually need to manually set it for this document. So we'll go back to the line spacing options, remove the 1, make it 0, and it will take us back to our normal shape. So that's good. Now we need to put our header in. As a note, this is all in the body of your paper. This is what the header looks like. You shouldn't have anything up in this header except for your pagination and your last name. So what we need to do is we need to insert our page number. So you go to Insert, Page Number, Top of Page, Plain Number 3. Now because my font is automatically set to Times New Roman 12, this appears in the correct font. However, again, if you're using the default settings, you might have it look like this. As you can tell, it changed the shape of the number. This isn't what we want. This needs to be Times New Roman just like the rest of our papers. So we would change it to Times New Roman 12. So this is what your number should look like. So what you're going to do is you're going to basically hit the arrow key to go to the left of the number, type in your last name, hit a space, and then your header is done. So this is what your paper should look like so far. For your header, don't mess with any of these positioning or these margin numbers. They should be 0.5, 0.5. Alright, so everything should be left aligned. You want to make it so you have a 0.5 inch indentation, and then you can start typing. So this is what a sentence looks like when you use the proper indentation and margins for MLA formatting. You'll see how it creates this non-movable, non-deletable space. Now, obviously, if I hit backspace, it'll do it. But otherwise, you can't select this space. So this is how basically a document should look. I'm going to scroll down to the next page so you can see it makes continuous pagination. This is how you should be formatting your documents for Microsoft Office 2007 through 13. And this is how MLA formatting looks. In another video, what I'll do is I'll actually go through how to format your works cited page. But for now, this should be what you've been concerning yourself with.